All right, shalom, shalom. As always, before I get started, I'd like to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And salutation and blessings to the hopeful members of the elect scattered throughout the four winds of the earth that believe wholeheartedly in the true doctrine of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right, that believe in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right, and are in hope of receiving mercy and salvation. Okay, to you, Shalom. May Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai be with you in these trying times that we are definitely at the gate of. Okay, this video will be based upon, as you know, in the news, brothers around Babylon have done videos. The apostles have done videos regarding the pestilence, okay? Because now it's prominent in the media, And I wanted to say too, also to you women that have children and you believe, don't let your faith be shaken by Esau, as well as you men, okay, that are out there believing. You may not be an able body to be out there on the highways and byways. Don't let Esau with his propaganda scare you into going to get a vaccine, okay? Because the vaccine is just as bad as actually receiving the measles, okay? The vaccine will probably have you get the measles or whatever disease they're getting ready to release out there a lot faster, okay? But if you are of the true elect, okay, and you truly believe, you don't got to worry about none of that. So don't let that sway your faith, okay? Because that's the majority of it. And you're going to have family coming against you. You're going to have, if you got children and you haven't had your children vaccinated or whatnot, you're going to have, your woman's family, you need to get him vaccinated, this, that, and the third. You're going to have all of that, man. And the same go with you women, okay? But you got to remain faithful, okay? These are trials of your faith, okay? You got to remain faithful. You know that you ain't supposed to vaccinate your children, okay? And yourself as well, okay? And I'm going to show you right here with these couple of clips that these vaccinations are to reduce population, okay? Out of the devil's mouth. He straight up says it, okay? And that's why the Lord is going to destroy this damn Edomite, this devil, man, all right? But ultimately, the Most High is sending these pestilence. The Most High is making all this happen, okay? And that's what you got to know and understand. This is the Most High's program, not Esau's, all right? But this is the Most High's program into how he wants it to go down because it was written, all right? That's why I entitled the show, Before Him Went the Pestilence, okay? Because before Yahweh Shai returns, there's going to be a pestilence on the earth, all right? Unlike no other. And we're going to get to the scriptures, but before we do, I want to show these clips to show you that they're going to scare the population. They're going to scare the masses, okay, into rushing to get their children vaccinated. And a majority of the people are going to do it, okay? When there's all type of studies and all type of research done and videos that prove that these vaccinations cause other harmful things to your child, okay? Child become a goddamn vegetable, afterwards. You know what I'm saying? So, these things are the beginning of our trials. Remember, and we're gonna go. Well, we read it at camp yesterday. I read it in a video I did a couple days ago. Okay, we're gonna be preserved from these sad perils if you stay faithful to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. All right. These are the times where it's about to be game time. All right. It's about to be game time. Ain't gonna be no timeouts. You know, I gotta tell no. It's about to be game time, man. All right. So you gotta prepare your mind, okay? In the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, right? Because these things were written aforetime, all right? Now, let's read. Let's watch these clips. Now, in this clip, this devil is really gonna say vaccines are to reduce population. And then this dumb motherfucker on that's interviewing him didn't even catch it. Or maybe he did, and they just saying it out there, because they hide things in plain sight, man. Okay? All these nations are against us, man. Talk us, when I say us, I'm talking about the Israelites. All right? So let's play this video. And this only gonna be a few seconds, probably 20 seconds of this video, because I ain't gonna play the whole 6 minutes. All right, here we go.
For that, if we have success on it, and the benefits there in terms of reducing sickness, reducing the population growth.
Did you hear the benefits of vaccines? It will be reducing sickness and reducing popularity growth. Let's back it up a little bit. This man is the devil, okay? Here we go.
What does that mean exactly?
Well, over this decade, we believe unbelievable progress can be made, both inventing new vaccines and making sure they get out to all the children who need them. We could cut the number of children.
You can't tell me that ain't the devil, man. All right? You're not supposed to listen to nothing this man tells you, man. All right? He is death. He is death. Okay?
Every year, from about 9 million to half of that, if we have success on it. And the benefits there in terms of reducing sickness, reducing the population growth. Reducing the population growth. Reducing the population growth.
See? They are killing us slowly by blinding us without knowing, and without knowing the real truth. See? He straight up said the vaccines is to reduce population growth. All right? So let's go to this next clip. That's all I wanted out of that one. There's all type of videos showing the devils at work. Okay? Now this is a 3-minute clip, but I'm not gonna play it all. He's spewing on how the globe is heating up and that we need to reduce we need to bring our CO2 down to zero. All this bullshit. All right? Straight up bullshit. The only reason people listen is because he's a rich man, man. Matter of fact, let me see if I can get that scripture in the Apocrypha, man. When a rich man speaketh, let me see. Only reason the people listen to this damn devil is because he's rich, man. That's it. Let me see if I can find it, man. Whether a man be rich, please, y'all by Shema Shah. Let me get that scripture. Oh, let's see. Maybe let me type in when a poor man speaketh. Because the only reason the people listen to that devil is because he's 89 billion. He's an $89 billionaire or whatever you want to call it, man. All All right. Let me see. Make sure it's not in the Bible. Let me type in. Let me hit apocryphal only. I know it's a scripture that speaks of when the poor man speaketh. Or the Spirit's not giving it to me right now. Lord will, it'll come to me during this lesson. We'll find it. Or if not, I'll put it in the description box before I upload this video. But let's go back. Okay. Like I said, the only reason people listen to this man is because he's a billionaire, right? That's it. Okay. The reason people don't listen to the prophets is because we're poor regulars, all right? You know, we don't have billions of dollars, okay? We live in apartments, all right? We shop at the grocery store just like you. You know, you ain't gonna see Bill Gates in Walmart shopping, okay? But let's look at his equation on how they want to bring the CO2 down to zero, all right? And these are the things that they're going to push, okay, with the vaccines to scare you. But you got to remain faithful to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. All right? Now let's play this.
And that's going to be based on the
Let's back it up a bit.
thing on the left, CO2, that you want to get to zero. And that's going to be based on the number of people, the services each person's using on average, the energy on average for each service, and the CO2 being put out per unit of energy. So let's
see. This man is the devil. Okay. So what he's saying, the CO2 is basically they need to bring this number down to zero because the Earth is heating up rapidly, and only way it can cool down is if we bring this down to zero. And so his equation is he's using this to get that down to zero. The people, the services each person has, okay, the energy that requires each service, okay, and how much CO2 per unit of energy, okay? So let's see what else he says, man.
each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero. That's back from high school algebra. But let's take a look.
And the crowd is laughing. Okay, they're laughing. One of those numbers have to be down to zero. The number one number that's going to have to be down to zero is the population, the people. Because you can't have the services per person, the energy, okay, of the service in this one without the people, man. So the people have to be lowered so this man is the devil, man.
First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%. But there we see an increase of about 1.3. The second factor is the services we use.
Did you hear that?
About 9 billion.
Listen again.
The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
So what are they trying to lower? The population, okay? The population. This is why they want you to go vaccine your children. They want your children vaccinated, okay, to sterilize them to where they can't reproduce, okay? Turn them into vegetables, the whole nine, man. So don't be afraid of when the media is, when CNN is, putting it out there. If you have children ages 6 years old and under, or whatever the case is, you must have them vaccinated. No, you got to remain faithful. Okay. You have to. If you still living with your mother and you have children and your mother's giving you hell, you better get out of her house. All right? Because now is the time where the scriptures are going to be fulfilled, like you're going to be portrayed by your house, man. Okay? Because why? Everybody's getting ready to be in a state of panic. Okay? Don't nobody want to get sick. Don't nobody want to die of the Black Death. Okay? Or measles, okay? But they're gonna continue to push this narrative on the people because they're gonna scare you. They want to scare you, okay? What was that devil that said there's nothing to fear but fear itself, okay? So they want you to fear so they can come with their tactics, okay? But being a believer in Yahweh Shem Shai, you don't have to worry about this shit, man. You just remain faithful to Yahweh Shem Shai, all right? Now let's get to what I wanted to talk about with the scriptures, all right? Because the Bible clearly states there will be pestilence, all right? And these are the times the Lord told us to look for before his returning, all right? So we're going to start with the title of the lesson, the scripture here in Habakkuk, the 3rd chapter and the 5th verse. Now, when you read from 3 to 4, it's talking about Yahweh Shai coming with the chariots, okay? The so-called UFO invasion, okay? When they ambushed the planet Earth, all right? And this is what verse 5 says, okay? It says, before him went the pestilence, and burning coals went forth at his feet. Now, before him went the pestilence. Okay? Before what? Before Yahweh Shai returns. Okay? There's going to be a pestilence on the earth. Matter of fact, let's start at the top. Let's start at the top just to build it up to that point. We'll start at verse 2. It says, O Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, I have heard thy speech and was afraid. O Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, revive thy work in the midst of the years. In the midst of the years, make known in wrath, remember mercy. Because this pestilence is part of the Lord's wrath. All right? Okay? It says, the Most High came from Teman, and the Holy One from Mount Paran, Salah. His glory covered the heavens. What's the glory of the Lord? The chariots. Okay, what Esau calls the UFOs. Okay, his glory covered the heavens, and the earth was full of his praise, and his brightness was as the light. Okay, meaning when the Lord comes, it's gonna be like the sun rising. Okay, the whole planet Earth is gonna see it. Okay, he and his horns coming out of his hand, which is the laser beams, okay? And there was the hiding of his power, okay? Now this is the point. Before him went the pestilence, okay? Now let's look up this word pestilence, okay? Before him went the pestilence, all right? The Hebrew word, dabar. Okay? And then when you go to the root, it tells you in the sense of destroying, all right? Pestilence, plagues, murrain, all right? Pestilence, plague, murrain, cattle, disease, cattle, plague, all right? It says in the Chaldee lexicon, destruction, death, okay? Plague, all right? Now, when you go up here to this word murrain, you look it up in the etymology, which I did. It's from the early 14th century. which means disease or plague among people or animals or both. Okay? It says French moraine, old French moraine, pestilence, probably from mourir, to die. Mourir, to die. Okay, from pie root, myrrh, to rub away, harm, also to die, forming words referring to death and to beings subject to death. Okay? So before the Lord comes, there's going to be a pestilence. Okay? Straight up and down. And we seeing this in the news. All right? We seeing this. Now let's go to the Apocrypha and we're going to read the 15th chapter. Okay? Because these things are all right here at the forefront and ready to be fulfilled. Okay? Be fulfilled right before your eyes. And you got to know that these things are written and these things have to happen. And if you're of the faithful, you don't have to worry about it because that mercy, going back to Habakkuk 3, okay, where Habakkuk says, in wrath, remember mercy, okay? In wrath, remember mercy. So the Lord is going to remember the mercy he promised to his faithful elect, okay? And that includes the 144,000 as well as the 1/3. The Lord is going to show you mercy. But you got to remain faithful, okay? So let's read 2nd Ezra 15, starting at the top. It says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. And we just went through a prophecy from Habakkuk. It's faithful and true. And now we're seeing it come to pass, okay, right before our eyes, okay? It says, fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee, okay? So you ain't supposed to fear the imaginations that's coming against you or the unfaithfulness that the people have to trouble. Don't let that trouble you. Because why? It's going to tell you why. It says, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Okay? That's why you don't worry about it. Okay? That's why you don't worry about it, because they're going to die in their unfaithfulness. You know, you're going to have a lot of people lining up to get vaccinated, and they're going to die in their unfaithfulness, okay? Because they trusting in who? The so-called white man, all right? When you're supposed to trust in Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, all right? And that's it, and that's all you're supposed to trust in. There's many scriptures on that, okay? It says, behold, saith Yahweh, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction, okay? And how is the Lord going to bring that death? Some of that death is coming through pestilence. We just read the definition of moraine, okay, which goes back to the word pestilence. It means to die, okay? It means death. It means destruction, okay? Look it up in the blue letter. Or Salakia, this is face. Before the Lord's face shall go to pestilence. Went to pestilence, okay? The word pestilence, plague, moraine, cattle, disease, cattle, plague. In the sense of destroying, a pestilence, moraine, pestilence, plague, all right? Destruction, death, okay? That's what it means, okay? So when the Lord's saying here in 2nd Ezra 15, verse 5, a pestilence is how he's going to bring this death and destruction. Okay? It says, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore, saith Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness. And we right here. You see the Lord's finna open up a pestilence out here. Okay? He finna send a plague of a disease out here, because he ain't holding his tongue no more and touching the wickedness that his people are committing. Okay? Which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Okay? So the Lord is getting ready to start sending out judgment. Okay? We talking major judgment. We talking prophetic, biblical proportion judgment. All right? And the Black Plague, okay, is over there in Mongolia. Okay? 2 people have already died from it. Okay, they say you can die within 24 hours of contracting that virus. Okay, and when you know, I've watched documentaries on the bubonic plague. That thing wiped out millions of people. Okay, which those millions of people were Israelites, and they found the bubonic plague is over there in Mongolia, the Black Death. Okay, so death is getting ready to reign in this society, man. Okay, it says, "Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And therefore saith Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them." Okay, talking about the Israelites. "Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter." And the way you're going to be led as a flock to the slaughter is by you being afraid with Esau's propaganda and his media telling you need to go vaccine yourself and your children. That's you being led as a flock to the slaughter, okay? It says, I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, okay? Because the Lord is going to deliver his elect up out of here, man. It's gonna get crazy, all right? And the Lord is going to make good on his promises, all right? It says, "But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof." Now, when you go into the scriptures, one of the plagues that hit Egypt, okay, was a pestilence, okay? It was a pestilence. And it says here, this is Exodus, the 9th chapter, okay? Starting at the top, it says, "Then Yahweh said unto Moses, Go in unto Pharaoh and tell him, Thus saith Yahweh, power of the Hebrews, let my people go that they may serve me. For if thou refuse to let them go, and will hold them still, behold, the hand of Yahweh is upon thy cattle which is in the field, upon the horses, upon the asses, upon the camels, and the oxen, and upon the sheep. There shall be a grievous murrain." And we already look up that word murrain, all right? Let's look it up here. It's the same thing. Pestilence, plague, okay? Now that pestilence, it hit, like we just read. It hit what? All the cattle, okay, of those Egyptians, okay? But this time it's going to be a lot worse, because this pestilence it's not just going to hit cattle, it's going to hit man, woman, child, all right? Those that are not shielded and protected by Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, all right? It says, verse 11 again, "But I will bring them with a mighty hand and stretched out arm, and smite Egypt, which is America today, with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof." Okay, because ultimately all of America will be destroyed by ICBM missiles. Okay, it says, "Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it." So when the Most High really releases a plague out here, a pestilence, the people out here are going to be in a mourning state. Okay, afraid. Okay. It said, verse 13, "They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with fearful constellation. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands." And this is going to cause all out chaos. Okay? People rushing the stores, shooting it out over canned goods, medicine, the whole nine, man. All right, water. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Okay? A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. And that's what you have. That's your quarantines. Okay? You got a city over there in Mongolia that's quarantined. You got UCLA and Cal State LA in a quarantine. You got that ship down there in the Caribbean quarantined. Okay? And you're going to have more quarantines. This is why this is written. Okay? For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Okay? It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. All right? And Esau shows you that in all his little movies he puts together, right? Dealing with end time type events, virus breaking out type events, all right? All this is coming on the planet Earth and it's going to hit hard, okay? Now, from here, let's jump. We're going to jump around because I want to read the whole chapter. I want to get the verses strictly dealing with plague, death, and destruction. Here we go here. Verse 26, it says, for the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore delivereth he them unto death and destruction. And I was like we were saying at camp yesterday, death is going to reign in this society like no other, man. All right? Death is going to reign in this society, okay? It says, for now are the plagues upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them, okay? So the elect, we going to be here, all right? While all this is going on. There won't be no rapture and then hell breaks loose, okay? Like the Christians try to teach, okay? That don't exist in the Bible, all right? It says, for now are the plagues upon the earth, the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them. You know, and I mentioned yesterday that movie that came out 90, I believe it was 95, called 12 Monkeys with Bruce Willis and Brad Pitt. They show you that these devils released that pestilence, okay? Around the whole world. They released the pestilence around the whole goddamn planet, man. All right? It says, for now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them. For the Most High shall not deliver you, because ye have sinned against him. Talking about 2/3, all right? Behold, an horrible vision in appearance thereof from the east. Now going back from what? Boom. Well, actually, Salakia. The horrible vision in appearance from the east were the dragons of the Arabians, okay? This is dealing with that World War III that's going to be taking place, okay? All this is going to be happening, okay? It says, behold, an horrible vision and the appearance thereof from the east, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon the earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. Okay? Okay? And when you read through that, that's talking about the World War III that's going to be happening. Verse 34. So in the midst of everything that's going on, the pestilence, the war, death, destruction, shootouts, invading one another, this is what's going to happen. Behold, clouds from the east, okay? And from the north unto the south, and they are very horrible to look upon, full of wrath and storm, okay? Going back to the title of the lesson, okay? Let me see if I can go back and just get it. Yeah. Before him went the pestilence, and burning coals went forth at his feet. So the clouds from the east is talking about these chariots coming and destroying everything on the planet Earth. Okay, that's going to be horrible to look upon. It's talking about Yahweh Shai and the angels, the innumerable amount of angels that's going to come on the planet Earth and destroy this place. Okay, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, that's what it's talking about. Okay. As you can read here, it says, before him went the pestilence. Okay. And we read already that his brightness is going to be like the sun. Okay. When they come, it's going to be like the rising of the sun. Everybody's going to see it. All right. And they're going to commit to zapping people to death, powder. Okay. You're going to start with that war over there in the Middle East. Okay. That's what he's going to start with. Okay. It says, where did I leave off? 34th verse. Okay. It says, behold, clouds from the east. Okay. And those clouds are talking about the UFOs, what Esau calls the UFOs. Okay. So we are that much more closer to Yahweh Shai making his return, man. With these things happening on the planet Earth, the pestilence, okay, the World War III that's ramping up, okay, and then ultimately what we got the mark of the beast is going to be implemented, and I can see the mark of the beast, the chip, being implemented through this pestilence, okay. It's going to scare the people to get it through the pestilence, okay. So we right here at the door, okay. All we got to do is remain faithful, continue to pray and fast to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai to bestow his mercy upon us and our households, all right? And we going to be all right? We know what's coming, all right? We got the cheat code, all right? We know what's getting ready to happen. It's all about preparing your mind and getting right with Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai before it does happen, okay? Because it's going to happen, and it's not going to be pretty. We read up to the 34th verse. It's not going to be pretty, okay? It's not going to be pretty. And if you continue to read, man, it's just more death and destruction, okay? Death and destruction is just going to come upon this place all at once, okay? That's why when you read in Isaiah the 47th chapter, it says, in one day shall come the loss of children and widowhood. Okay? Okay? Well, they don't say in one day. It says it shall come suddenly, if I'm not mistaken. So these things are coming on the planet Earth at a rapid pace. Okay? And Yahweh Shai is on his way back, man. Okay? So remain faithful, stay strong, and endure hardness as good soldiers of Yahweh Shai. All right? Lord will, this was edifying to the elect, giving all praise to